everyone, welcome back to the second channel. Today I'm doing a concert review that is very late. I know. I'm talking about whenever I saw FLO in LA on April 28th, 2023 at the Fonda Theater. And before I get into it, like I say, everything is going to be timestamped, so if you want to skip around, check down below in the description box. So first off, I want to talk about what it was like getting the tickets. So for me, it was actually pretty easy. I remember whenever the tickets went on sale, they sold out really quickly. I thought, dang, I'm not going to be able to get my chance to see them live, unfortunately. But I guess that was just the pre-sale and everything, and then I was able to see somehow that they were still selling tickets. Maybe it was just a preview that Ticketmaster had or Twitter or something like that. So then I went back, I bought tickets, and I was able to get 2 tickets for $91.19, and I got general admission tickets. So to get them for that cheap, you really can't beat that. And I really wanted to see them live at this point in their career, whenever they're just starting out before they take over the world, hopefully. And so, you know, I figured might as well do it. I've never done general admission before, and so that was kind of like my rationale going in. I did go to the concert with my sister, so overall pretty easy for me to get tickets, which I appreciate. And then also I want to say, with the tickets, this is the first time using the Access app. So I believe that they weren't available until like the day of, and then I believe you have to sign up on this other app where the tickets go to, and then you show it that way. And I don't remember why artists do this. I thought it was so like there weren't scalpers or things like that. I'm not 100% sure, but that's something I did. It really wasn't that much hard work. You just have to sign up with that app with the same email that you use for your Ticketmaster account. Everything worked together pretty nicely, but that was something different that I haven't done in the past. Next up, I want to talk about the experience getting there and getting in and all of the things. We got there around like 6:30, 7 o'clock. The line was literally wrapped around the block, and we did this because it said that the show was starting at 8, so I was like, okay, like, let's get there. We got dropped off, and then we were waiting in line, and then it was at standstill for a bit, didn't really move much. Eventually it started, you know, moving in increments and everything. We got our bracelets, and then we got in the venue a little bit after 8:50, and as we got closer, I got like a little video of, you know, the thing that said, oh, FLO performing tonight, which I'll put on screen right here to where you guys can see it. And also the COVID requirements. Again, with this one, they didn't have you take like a test or anything like that. I wore my mask the entire time, as I do with all the concerts that I go to. Public safety is the least that I can do. I feel the most comfortable that way, and that's what I do every single time. In terms of my seating, I did have general admission. Like I said, I've never done something like this before. I figured might as well try it. So whenever we got in, there was a middle section, and then there was the left section and the right section. We were in the middle. We thought we stood somewhere that was pretty good, and then people got in front of us that were taller than us, didn't have the best view, so my sister was like, okay, let's try the left. And so like we went over there, and then the left and right were like raised, like the platform or whatever, so you kind of had a little better view in that respect. So then we got in there. We got a pretty good view for the most part, I will say. There was someone in front of me. I believe he was like 6'1", 6'2", something like that, and a lot of times he would be like waving his arms like this. He'd be recording, and then like if you look throughout my videos, you can definitely see that. And so whenever that happened, it hindered my view, and I just couldn't see them at some parts. So I would basically like use my phone to like zoom in the best that I could, and so like that was something that just was difficult to deal with. Not my favorite part of the show, I will say. I was able to get through it for the most part, but yeah, if you see that, like it just is what it is in regards to that. But overall, I had a pretty good view of the show, and every time I show people my clips, they're like, oh wow, like you were actually pretty close. I will say that it was a little tight, couldn't really move around a whole much. Not like I was like that uncomfortable. I could move a little bit. You just don't really have that much room to move around freely. And I think that I couldn't really move that much because I think I wanted to put my phone in landscape view, but I don't really think I could do that. I think I only had room to like really hold it in like the portrait view. So that's like why all my videos like that. It is what it is. And so this is something that I would only ever do again if I was seeing like my absolute favorite artists of all time in concert, like Mariah, Beyonce, Janet. Anybody else, I really don't foresee myself doing this just because of everything else that I was standing there. It's really nice to just like have a seat. I know this is my seat. I don't have to worry about getting there super early and things like that. That's what I like about having the seat. And so it was just something that was interesting to do because I'd never done it before, but like I said, you only live once. So I figured that I might as well try it. But that was my experience in regards to that. So whenever I show you my concert clips later, that's like my little disclaimer for that. Is what it is, but generally my footage was pretty good. And there was an opener. I believe her name is Samaria, something like that. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. Like I said, we got in around 8:50, and then she came on at 9 o'clock. Overall, her music just wasn't for me. Not really my moment. The songs that she performed was honestly giving me Kehlani rejects. And like I said, just not for me, and that's okay. Like, I'm not trying to shade or anything. I'm just like being honest in my personal opinion. The set definitely went on for longer than I expected. There were some Lauryn Hill covers, which, you know, those were my favorite interpretations of those Lauryn Hill songs. I will leave it at there, and that's my personal opinions on her set. what time that FLO comes on stage, it's at 10:20, and so I really wasn't expecting them to come on this late, because whenever it says the show starts at 8 and then it doesn't start until 9 with the opener, and then they come on 10:20. But whenever they came on, it was something that I really enjoyed, and I really like sharing whenever artists come on. That way, whenever people go and they see, they don't like panic like, oh my gosh, like we have to get there, and then you're waiting for a while, whenever, just so you can know. I'm sure that this definitely varies depending on where they go, but at least that's where they started for us. And in terms of the set list, I will put it on the screen right here. I was really satisfied with the set list overall. I enjoyed the covers that they did, and I just really like how everything flowed into each other, the transition. Now to my footage, I usually get my disclaimers at this point, which I was basically just standing earlier with the person, you know, in front of me moving their arms, whatever. And so I did the best that I could, you know. I feel like my view was pretty good for the most part, and now let's get into it.
with some other bitch. You don't know what loyal is. I'm so done with this. Always let you up and never let you down. Couldn't see myself without you running down. You easy again. I thought it'd be. It's the first time I finally feel home. Don't bother calling on my phone. I'll put you straight to busy tone. All these broken promises. You don't know what loyal is. Always lift you up and never let you down. Couldn't see myself without you putting down. Losing you easier than I thought it'd be. Finally feeling strong. Losing you. I just get into the groove and then you just make me wanna play. Make your move. You rock it just like you was supposed to. I wanna play. Don't know what it is, but it makes me feel like this. I wanna be a superstar. I don't know what it is, but it makes me feel like this. So get your nails done, get a pedicure, get your hair done. I don't need no money, tell me where the party is. Checklist, tick it off, what you got? I see, so you better have a lot. Can't come my time and just watch. Ready to available. You get the love mine. I got this and I can whip harder than boys, ladies like shots of water them. Put your ones up in the sky. Get your nails done, get a pedicure, get your hair done. I don't need no money, tell me where the party is. Something to write it all down. Hold me down. Like my guts and like here we are today. Get your nails done, get a pedicure, get your hair done. I don't need no money, tell me where the party is. All my niggas gon' get out and buy a new nice lady. Money everywhere. How they gonna do is got their money in it. You wanna see my body in a lace? Can I see you like Halle Berry in her face? I don't wanna be that guy that tells me fly. Yours up in the sky. What's the point in stringing me along? I'ma put your shit in a cardboard box and I'm changing the locks. Take a shit 'cause you can go stay at us. I'ma put your shit in a cardboard box. When you can't get in, know your heart gon' stop. Feel like your mama, so I guess she's blocked. Boy, I'm out. Dreams, you just saw me promise to me. Oh, chance, got the drain and you roll me. That's nasty on me. Put your shit in a cardboard box. You can't get in on your heart gon' stop. And I'm changing the locks. Baby, I'm a boy, I'm out.
And now into my favorite songs that they perform, Summertime. I really love the intro. Their guitarist absolutely killed it. This is like my favorite song of the EP, and so to see it live was something that was really fun overall. I love their performance and Not My Job. They really ate this one up. Control Freak, this is one that was unreleased and it's going to be on their upcoming album, which they said is coming out this year. Really loved it. It's a good vibe. You know, it's similar to the EP in good ways, but it also feels like a progression. You know, it feels like a step in the right direction. So I actually really enjoyed this one, I will say. And I also really enjoyed the performance of Fly Girl a really great single. Overall, I'm happy with the set list. I don't have any complaints. And now on to my overall thoughts on the concert. This was a solid show in my opinion. I thought that the choreography was cool. I really liked the moment with the chair on Feature Me. I thought that that was cool. I really appreciate when people do stuff like that in their shows. I thought the vocals sounded just like the record for the most part. I really enjoyed the a cappella moments. It's refreshing to listen to singers up and coming now who can actually sing. A lot of these singers now are horrible, but I digress. I really appreciated their stage presence, just how they interacted with each other, and just they all have their own moments to shine. And that's what I like about this group, is that there's not one lead singer and then the other two are just there singing backgrounds. Like, they all have their own distinctive part. They all shine in every song. And so it was really a joy to get to hear it in that respect. Like, my only qualm with the show is that 9 times out of 10, whenever they are starting the songs, you can see this in the video, they'd be starting like kind of like the back left. And so sometimes I literally couldn't see one of them until they like made their way to the front of the stage. And they did this for pretty much every song. And it would have just been nice if they would have started at the beginning of the stage so I could like see all of them. And then everything with their band, there's just some moments where it was like hard to see them with that and like the person in front of me and just things like that. So I feel like that is something that is worth mentioning in that regard. Not something that is like a huge deal, but overall I really enjoyed myself. I love what they brought to the stage. I love how they interacted with the crowd all the way throughout the show. Everything flowed together really nicely. I love their band, especially their guitarist, really killed it. And I really like the intro for the songs. And just everything was a very cohesive moment. You can tell that they really thought it out. I really like their outfits as well. I really enjoyed the show overall. I think that FLO is an act to watch, and they just have been very, very consistent with every song that they put out that I've liked. And you know, they're really good at performing live. Of course, there's still going to be room to grow because they're just starting out, but you know, I feel like for just starting out, they're doing pretty good. And so I'm really glad that I was able to go to a show at this point in their career, and I just can't wait to see where they go from here. Last up, I want to talk about my experience taking photos after the concert. Crowded. It was hard to take photos at the concert. I always like to do this just because I like to post it on Instagram and things like that. Like, oh, look at the concert I went to. I just think it's for fun. And so yeah, it was just not really the best, but it is what it is. I'll throw the photos on the screen that I like the best and everything. It is what it is in that regard. But overall, I had a fun time. Really glad I was able to go. I'm sorry that this review is so delayed. A lot of my concert reviews are delayed. It's just really hard to keep up with 2 channels at the same time and just everything else that I got going on. It's like right when I'm ready to do something for this, then I have to do something for my main channel. So that's why this has been so delayed. But I have like 2 things that I'm going to be going to, so I'm going to try to get those out in a more timely manner and everything. So thank you guys so much for your patience, and it was nice getting to watch back the videos. I hope that you guys enjoy the footage and everything. And if you guys did see FLO on this tour, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. What are your favorite moments, favorite songs performed, and all that stuff. If you guys want to see more concert reviews, I'll have a card on the screen right here, and hopefully that should take you to all my concert reviews. Sometimes it doesn't let me put a whole playlist up on here, so at least it'll take you to another one that I've done. But these are really fun to do, just showing my experience and everything. And that is going to be it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, give it a like down below. I really would appreciate it. It helps me on the YouTube algorithm. You can subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Hit the bell to get a notification for when I post, so you're not missing brand new videos come out. First link down below in the description is going to be my main channel. Check out my latest video on there. I'm a lot more active over there. I post new videos every single week reviewing music and things, so definitely check me out over there. I'm also gonna have my Twitter, my Instagram, my Spotify, my TikTok if you guys would like to follow me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.